Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here. Welcome back to another logo ranking video. We're back at it again, this time with crackers and cookies. Yes, two different things, but usually sold in the same aisle. I think it's the sweet and salty counterpart, and separately, there just wasn't enough good logos in my opinion. So we're combining them together. My top 10 plus the runner-up. Let's start with the runner-up, and it is going to be Wasa, all right, which is technically crisp bread, but I don't give a shit. It's a cracker, okay? It's basically a cracker. You got the yellow and blue color scheme, all right? Very nice on the eyes, all right? You see it with a lot of very popular brands like Walmart. The Wasa, very bold with the crown above the S, which is a nice detailed touch. And then you have this plant, which is blue instead of green, which is unique. Overall, I think it's pretty nice. It's simple, but has some detail, and of course, I am going to like that. Moving on to number 10, we have Chicken and a Biscuit, yet another cracker brand, one that no one really talks about. I think it's not underrated, but definitely doesn't have that much recognition, even though it's an older brand. I personally haven't even had it, so that shows. Maybe I'll have to do a video on Chicken and a Biscuit one day. But the red, white, blue, yellow color scheme, very vibrant. It pops. It's easy on the eyes. You have the little chicken mascot up top, which of course is a very nice touch. The yellow perimeter just makes everything more vibrant. The font, all right, it pops. It's simple. It's easy on the eyes. And overall, this is a very eye-capturing, solid logo, in my opinion, for Chicken and a Biscuit. Moving on to number 9, the single digits, I have Nilla wafers, okay? Nothing spectacular. I just like that it still kind of has a retro feel, like they haven't changed it since the 80s or something. It is just a red font with a very slight yellow-white kind of outline, and it is one of the more simple ones that I enjoy very much. There's not much to say about it. I just like it. Moving on to number 8, we have Ritz, okay, the very popular cracker brand. Ritz, yellow and blue. Once again, 3 out of the 4 have had a yellow and blue color scheme, so maybe that's the pattern that works for crackers and cookies. The font, kind of fancy but simple. Just a circular pattern with the font on it. It's nothing spectacular. It's simple, but it pops. It works. They even have a slight shadow on the font. It's just a very, very solid logo, all right? Sometimes you don't have to have that much detail to just be good. All right, so I have Ritz at number 8. At number 7, I have Famous Amos, all right? A very simple blue and white color scheme, fancy kind of cursive font with just a little shapeage up top and at the bottom to kind of round things out. Kind of wordy, but I don't know, it just looks very nice. It's one of the best fonts I've seen in the cracker cookie industry. Again, simple blue and white color scheme that just works. Everything just works with this, and I like it. At number 6, I have Tate's Bake Shop. Again, another wordy logo. And typically I don't like a lot of wordage, but I love this shade of green they use. I don't know what it is, but this green and white just pops. I think the font, the very different fonts kind of work. I like that, there's some different detail in each of the font because it's a different font. Anyways, I don't know, that combined with just this beautiful shade of green, very eye-capturing in my opinion, and I was just very gravitated towards it, and it kept climbing the ranks as I was doing my research. So that is just outside the top 5. Let's dive into the top 5, starting with Cheez-It. Very classic, slightly retro-looking logo. The red, yellow, white works very well. The font itself, very bold and simple, but it works. I love the Cheez-It being kind of the dot in between Cheez-It. That's a wonderful touch. And overall, it just works. And it's iconic. It's simple, but has some slight detail. And it's a nice color scheme, which I really enjoy. Going on to number 4 now. One of the few cookie ones so far is Oreo. All right, the blue and white color scheme works very nicely. You know, there's a couple different shades of blue in there. It is very simple, all right? There's very little detail. It's just Oreo in this popping, kind of looks like the cream in between the Oreos, with a blue perimeter, and it's sleek and it works. It's not my favorite. It kind of looks too techy or modern, but regardless, it's very nice and appealing. So it had to be on here. All right, moving on to the top three. All right, these are the best of the best between crackers and cookies, in my opinion. At number three, we have Lenny and Larry's. All right, one of the newest brands, all right, in the cookie cracker industry. Not really. They just feel new because they kind of blew up recently. They're the protein cookies. And I think this is a very neat logo. You kind of have the brown, blue, and white color scheme, which is nice. And Lenny and Larry's font is kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of like a in between fancy and surfer dude kind of. And then you have the two dudes combined with their crazy hair. I don't know. It's a very nice logo, and there's detail, and it's cool, and it's a good color scheme, and I think it's really solid. At first, I was like, yeah, no way this makes the top 5, but the more I kept looking at it and comparing it to other logos, I'm like, damn, this is a pretty good logo. All right, number 2, second best, we have Keebler, okay? One of those cookie brands that have stood the test of time, very old, very ancient. They've changed their logo a few times. I think this is the current one. It's pretty good. All right, red, white, green color scheme. I love the detail of the leaves around the Keebler emblem. The emblem itself is a decent shape, and then the font, simple but good enough, you know. And altogether, it just rounds out a really, really good, solid logo that I enjoy very much. We have number 1. What is it? Place your bets in the comments now. Pause and let me know what you thought it was, because at number 1, I have Chips Ahoy. All right, this is the standard for cookie logos, in my opinion. The blue, white, and red color scheme, you know, of course, kind of patriotic, even though I don't know if they're trying to intend to be that, but it pops. It's a good color scheme. The font, kind of that bold, bubbly sort of font in a way. It pops. It captures the eyesight. Same with the exclamation mark. And there's not a lot of detail. It's fairly simple, but there's just enough detail in the font and the way it just curves together and everything. It's very nice and solid, and it's iconic, and it is number 1 in my opinion. So let me know. All right, if you like this video, hit the like button. What did I get right? What deserved to be on the top 10 that didn't make it? And what was on the top 10 that shouldn't have made it? Maybe it's that, you know, Tate's Bake Shop. Maybe you're like, that's an ugly ass shade of green, too wordy. What are you thinking? Let me know. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say. And subscribe if you want to see more of these logo rankings, food reviews, outdoor videos, anything like that. And I'll see you in the next one. Southern Woods out.